What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Fortnite's new buff to aim assist for controller players. As always, if you guys do find this video to be helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, and if you are a controller player, comment down below what you think of this change and also what platform you play on, whether it's PC or console. And if you guys would like to use my code in the item shop, it is EvolveJake. It's underneath the webcam at all times. So yesterday, a random hotfix went out buffing aim assist and fixing a bug with the core medallion. So the core medallion from the time season 3 started had a bug where your stamina wouldn't regenerate if you were jumping. You would have to stop jumping for long enough for your stamina to start regenerating for it to actually regenerate. This bug has been fixed, and now the only downside of using the core medallion is that you give your location away on the map, like how medallions normally function. And as I said, you can notice this change in-game right now. So this hotfix definitely went out, right? But there is also a buff to aim assist in this hotfix as well. And the values that Fortnite uses in-game coding doesn't really make sense to a normal person. But the hipfire aim assist it got a 20% increase. And then the aim down sights aim assist got a 25% increase. And as I said, this is taken from the game code itself. There's several leakers and news sources and data miners that kind of look into the game code and can see that this change happened. And all of them are reporting that the same change happened with the same exact values being changed. So it's not like a placebo or just something that somebody made up or like a change that maybe is going to happen. This is live now. And I think this change is quite noticeable, and I asked several other controller players who I know who are also like good players who, whose opinions on the game I respect and who I consider to be knowledgeable about the game. And they all agreed that this change was pretty noticeable and is definitely live now. Whenever aim assist does get changed, it's something that causes a lot of kind of debate because it's very feeling based. And so some people feel like the change isn't there. Some people feel like it's placebo. I definitely think the change takes place, and the game code, reflects that. The Sentinel Pump has been a weapon that I've always felt like the aim assist was like pretty low on. With this update, it's still lower than the other shotguns, but it feels a lot better than how it was before. And that is kind of where I noticed this change most, or how I feel like it impacted me most, is just going to be hip firing with the shotguns felt a lot more consistent. Another time I think this change is really going to be impactful is going to be long-range AR fights. With this season having like mostly only third-person weapons, being consistent at long range was something a lot of players struggled with, and I definitely think this feels a lot better as well. The aim assist is definitely still noticeably weaker at long range than it is like close or medium range, but before it felt like I was getting like 0 in long range fights with these like third person ARs, and now it feels like there's at least like a bit of something. It's still lower, but it feels better than 0. And what I noticed most with this change is just going to be the slowdown you get when dragging your crosshair over an opponent. That feels a lot stickier, and you could just test this in game. If you ever come across like an AI bot, just drag your crosshair over them back and forth, and you'll see that it is like, to me at least, noticeably stickier. Like the slowdown feels stronger and like it lasts longer than it did before. As I said though, whenever we're talking about aim assist, it's very feeling based. If the numbers on a weapon's damage changes, you can just hop into game and like immediately see it's doing more or less damage than it was previously, right? This is very feeling based. So some players I've seen say they feel like nothing changed, and then I've seen a lot of players saying they feel like something changed. My kind of gut feeling on this has always kind of been, because even before this buff, there's been people that like kind of argue that just aim assist doesn't work for them for some reason. Like it works for everybody else just fine, but for them, they don't have it. And my kind of thoughts on this have always been that people's expectations are way too high for what they think they're supposed to be getting. And then when they don't get that, that's why they think there's a problem. So if people are expecting like full-on GTA story mode of like locking onto the opponent and not needing to aim, then they're going to be thinking they don't have aim assist, right? If that's what they're thinking everyone else has, that's not how it works. And that's why I was saying it's mostly slowdown. There's a bit of pull, but like the most of the aspect of aim assist in Fortnite is just going to be your sensitivity reducing when you're on an opponent. That way you can be a little more accurate and a little more consistent, maybe make those smaller changes. There's been times in Fortnite where like changing the aim assist or fixing certain aim assist bugs would change the meta. In Chapter 5 Season 4, the Striker Burst AR had no aim assist, for example, and that made that weapon not as good for controller players. For this season, I don't think this really changes the meta for me too much in terms of like what items I enjoy using or what I want to use. If you were someone who like never liked the Sentinel Pump or could never get a good feel for the Sentinel Pump because of its lower aim assist, then like this could very well maybe change how you feel about that. But I don't think, you know, the meta is going to be completely different. I still think the Spire AR is the preferred AR and the Sentinel Pump is the preferred pump for me. There might be, you know, some situations where I take the Outlaw, but most of the time I'm going to want Spire Pump or Spire AR and Sentinel Pump. The DMR did feel noticeably better to me than it was before. Like, of all the weapons I used, my opinion on the DMR probably increased the most as a result of this update. But with how this season plays out, I really just don't want to use the DMR at all. How fast the season is with mobility, how prevalent cars are with little counter, and then now the addition of the Storm Beast, I really don't want like a slow firing, low mag size weapon like that. The Storm Beast has like 600 health at max, and how many DMR mags is that going to take? Like, it probably might not take very many, but the practicality of fighting the Storm Beast with the DMR is just not ideal. I feel like the Spire AR works best for that and works best for a majority of the situations I'm getting in this season. And me personally, I only want to use 2 guns, so for me, the meta didn't really change very much. I've also seen several players kind of ask, like, do they need to change settings as a result of this update to get the new buff? No, there's not like an on-off switch for the buff. It just is in the game. If you went into the settings and turned aim assist off completely, then you would need to turn it on to benefit from that. But if you've never done that, then you don't need to change anything to like actually see this buff in effect. It just affects everybody, regardless of what your settings are, assuming you have aim assist on. But that is going to be it for this video. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought or what you think of the aim assist buff. I'm interested to know your platform as well. If you're enjoying it, let me know if you're on PC or console. I'm going to let some gameplay play out that I got after this update, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Looking for this guy. One in a car over here. I don't know if this is the one that just shot me or not. And there's some fighting low ground as well. Scan would be good here. How many bigs is this? I might end up taking them. 3? Okay, this might be... Okay, nice too. I was going to say this might be better gloves. Another car potentially pulling up on me. They're just leaving. Another car. I'm about to be one of them. I at least broke one of the cars. Fighting going on. Not continued shots though, so. And now there's continued shots. This is gonna get third party by the other guy too. What am I looking at? He's gonna be a Storm Beast. I think I might let him transform into it. I mean, I don't think you can stop it anymore. The first few days it was out, you could kill them during the animation, but I want clips of fighting this potentially for a video. I don't know why none of these shots are landing, but GG's Fortnite. I want to knock it away. I didn't. That's unfortunate. This guy was relatively weak, though. So as soon as I break his Storm Beast thing, he's like toast. They do take like 40 white health damage when you break them out of it. If you break it. He untransformed. And that actually uses a good amount of its durability. I'm going to go for this kill and then glove away. Nice. I was hoping to hit it with the glove once. And that's like one of the really nice things about having double mobility. Is it makes playing a situation like that much easier. Because I can push the weak player with my glove or my grappler, get him out of the game, and then just like full switch my gloves afterward. But if I had to use like 2 glove charges to get to him... Oh, this guy also has a Storm Beast. So the easiest way to deal with this, I think, is just to constantly kite back and then shoot it when you can. I'm having like weird hit detection on it though. I feel like nice. We hit it with the gloves. I would like to hit it with the gloves as much as I can. It has like 600 total health if it's full HP when you initially fight it, which a lot of times it won't be. I want to reload my AR now because I want to have it loaded when I break it out. Like I've done I don't know if I've done enough damage to break it, but I've done a decent chunk of its life bar. And so, oh, he untransformed. Bye. Okay. I thought he was going to put himself in a storm and die. But anyways, what I was saying was I've done a lot of its total health. It has 600 HP at max. And by that point, I think I had done like 300 or 400. And I didn't want to break it and then just immediately need to reload my AR because they take some white health damage when you break it. So I would like to just like break it and then just continue to melt them. Because there's also, it seems like there's somewhat of an animation when they get broken out of it. And if you have AR ammo ready to go and you're already shooting at it, you're just going to melt that person. But just rinse and repeat, spam mobility, shoot at it when you can, and you'll be good to go.